What's up, guys? And I have a very interesting topic for you guys today, and that is I am predicting that Vivek Ramaswamy will run for Senate this year in his home state of Ohio. So I don't know why this isn't getting that much attention, but it makes perfect sense. Ohio is one of the seats that's going to be up this year. It's held by a Democratic incumbent who won his reelection last time around. Even though the Republicans gained seats in the Senate, he was one of the few Democrats who held on. And the Republicans nominated a terrible candidate. And I know it says that he's declined it, but that was when he was running for president. And a lot of people are saying that he's going to be the VP, which I don't think he's going to be VP. It just would make no sense. The point of the vice president is to broaden your appeal of the ticket to people who you're not really getting on your own. Back in 2016, that's why Mike Pence was picked, because Trump was struggling with the traditional Republican voter. He was struggling with white evangelical Christians, so he had to bring Mike Pence onto the ticket to kind of bring them back into the fold, and it worked. This time around, he's not struggling with that group. He's struggling with white suburban women, which is what killed him in 2020. So the obvious choice this time around is a woman of some kind. I'm predicting it's either going to be Kristi Noem or Nikki Haley. It could be somebody else, but that's who I have it narrowed down to. So I think Vivek being VP is out of the question at this point, and he's got enough money and name recognition to where I don't think he would run for Congress, a House seat. I would think he'd go all out and run for Senate, and it would make perfect sense. He's popular within the Republican Party. He's aligned with the Trump wing of the party, which does really well in Ohio. Ohio was carried by Trump twice in 2016, 2020 by 8 points each time. So all this talk about Trump's candidates in the midterms not doing so well in places like Georgia and Arizona, that's not the case in Ohio. It's the exact opposite. So if Vivek were the candidate in Ohio and Trump came and did rallies with him, endorsed him, and Trump was on the top of the ticket, which he's going to be since it's a presidential election year, I could easily see Trump carrying Vivek over the finish line with him, which leads us to our Senate map. So we can go ahead and see where things lie. So we can go ahead and characterize the safe states. Again, that's states won by 10 points or more. The West Coast, Hawaii, all of these East Coast states, obviously. Nobody's really contesting this. New York, probably. And then we can do the safe red states. Utah, Wyoming, Mississippi, Tennessee, West Virginia. That's now a safe seat after Joe Manchin withdrew. I already kind of thought it was going to be safe. If Manchin were still running, I would have kept it. I would have had it probably likely red, but now that Manchin's out, it's given now for the Republicans. And then we can get into the likely states, which are won by more than 5% but less than 5. Ted Cruz is going to hold on in Texas. Trump's going to carry him across the finish line. I know it was within 3 points in 2018, but that was a midterm year. And I guess we'll see who they put up. But Beto O'Rourke was kind of a new figure at that point, and he was popular, but now they're probably just going to nominate some generic candidate, and I'm sure Cruz will be fine. I hesitate when characterizing Florida. Marco Rubio won this by 20 points around in 2022, but since turnout will be up, I think it might be a little closer. So just to be safe, I'm going to characterize it as likely. Then that's probably where we can get to Ohio and Montana. Again, if Trump is the nominee and Vivek is the candidate here, I believe they'll probably finish like with the same margins. Maybe Vivek will do a little bit worse, maybe 6 or 7 points. Trump 8 or 9 points, I'm predicting. And then Montana, again, presidential election year, and I believe it was only decided by like a couple points in 2018. So Tester is definitely done there. Then we can characterize some of the likely Democrat states. Minnesota, nobody's really talking about Minnesota. I don't think it's in play. Same with New Mexico. and Virginia. Virginia's going to be a safe state probably in the next election cycle, I predict. This 2023 off election year, the Democrats flipped both of the state legislatures. They took back the House and the Senate. So it's more than likely the Democrats going to win there. I don't see that being closer. And then, of course, the independent in Maine who caucuses with the Democrats will probably be a likely margin there. Same with Michigan. I'm actually going to say Michigan's a lean Democrat state just because with what's going on in Israel right now and how unpopular Biden is, that's going to drag down the Democrats down ballot with him. But Michigan is a swing state that leans to the left. So maybe I could see the Senate candidate outperforming Biden there, but still being close. Same story in Wisconsin. Probably going to be a lean margin. My home state. Tammy Baldwin's up for re-election. She's won every time. So even if Trump does narrowly carry Wisconsin, I feel like she'll probably hold on. Wisconsin has a way of splitting their ticket. They did that in 2022. They voted for Governor Tony Evers, Democrat, and then voted for Ron Johnson for Senate. And then Pennsylvania, same thing. This is the state who elected John Fetterman just this past midterm year. Guy who couldn't even talk, so we can probably count this as a lock for the Democrats, which then leads us with Nevada and Arizona. Adam Laxalt came real close in 2022. It was one of the closest states in the whole country, and Nevada's been trending to the right every single election cycle. So I could see this being the election where Republicans finally are able to seal the deal there and flip that state. And then Arizona, as you guys know, Kyrsten Sinema is running as an independent. So I believe that she will split the vote with the Democratic candidate. And then Carrie Lake, even though she's not very popular, will barely eke out a victory there. So you guys, that's my updated Senate predictions. I think this is the same count as I did last time. The only difference is we have Vivek as the candidate in Ohio. So you guys, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of my Senate prediction and how likely do you guys think it is that Vivek will run for Senate there in Ohio, or do you think I'm wrong and maybe Vivek will get a cabinet position with Trump? I don't know. We'll see. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.